okay, is far beyond our expectation.
It's the safest way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
Glad to have you join us once again on the program, Everyone Deserves a Home, your window into the opportunities that you can tap into in and around the Nigerian mortgage sector. We'll also update you on the activities of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. I am Zuleihat Belagubir, your regular host. The rent-to-own scheme of the FMBN is one new window that the bank has opened for contributors of the National Housing Fund to gradually pay off the cost of the house by paying rent over a period of time. To ensure that houses are made available to contributors through the rent-to-own, the FMBN has developed some estate and is profiling its beneficiaries to benefit from this window. In this episode of the program, we'll showcase an FMBN funded estate that has provided and is still providing homes to many families through this novel program. Join me after the break for details of this and more. Please stay tuned.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria wishes to notify its pensioners that the bank is conducting the 2022 pension verification exercise beginning on the 30th of May, running through the 8th of July 2022 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. The locations and dates for the verification exercise are as follows. FMBN pensioners in Kano and environs will have their verification exercises at the bank's branch office in Kano, starting from the 30th of March to the 3rd of June 2022, while that of Enugu will take place within the same period at the FMBN branch office. The branch offices of the FMBN in Port Harcourt and Kaduna will be the venue for the verification exercise for pensioners in these places. It will run from the 6th of June 2022 to the 10th of June 2022. That of Ibadan and Gombe centers will begin from the 13th of June to the 17th of the same month at the bank's branches in these places. As for the FMBN pensioners in Lagos, their verification exercise has been scheduled to take place at the Mamman Kwantagora House of the bank, starting from the 20th to the 24th of June 2022. Also taking place within that same period is that of Calabar, with all FMBN pensioners in the area expected to assemble at the branch offices of the bank in Calabar. As for the Kwara and Sokoto centers, the verification exercise of the bank's pensioners will begin on the 27th of June and end on the 1st of July 2022, while that of Jos and Imo will come up at the branch offices of the bank and scheduled for the 4th, running to the 8th of July 2022. FMBN pensioners within Abuja and environs have been slated to have theirs at the bank's headquarters within the period already outlined. All pensioners are expected to come along with these requirements during the exercise: letter of employment, letter of retirement, pensioner's ID card, BVN. Others are one passport photograph, email address, and phone number. Announcer, Management.
The program will open with highlights of issues making the news from the diary of the FMBN. In our news diary tonight, FMBN calls on Diaspora Mortgage Loan Committee to set a date to launch the project, just as FMBN ready to explore other sources of funding. Details of these and other stories coming up shortly. Don't go away.
In the bid to conclude arrangements to inaugurate the Diaspora Mortgage Loan product, Chairman, Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, recently paid a courtesy visit to the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to work out modalities for the final takeoff of the product. Speaking during the event that held at the bank's corporate headquarters, Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Madu Hamman, commended the FMBN and NIDCOM for the initiative. He pledged that the management of the bank will ensure that the product is launched as soon as possible.
We've also been briefed on the extent of arrangement that had been put in place for the launching. Unfortunately, due to change in the leadership, I think that was a bit stalled. But having come on and having met today with you, I can only assure you that we will fully resume the arrangement for the launching. From the briefing I've received, I was informed there's a committee that was set up to ensure that the launching is arranged and executed as quickly as possible. So I would mandate that the committee resume their discussions and come up with dates as to when this product can be launched, both locally and internationally.
Speaking earlier, Chairman NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, appreciated the management of the FMBN for creating a product that would benefit Nigerians living abroad. She noted that with the remarkable inputs of people in diaspora to the nation's economy, assisting them to own homes seamlessly is imperative.
Engaging the diaspora is very beneficial. No country can grow without its diaspora. So we are saying beyond remittances, there's no more we can do like this. It's a good program that will attract them more. The Diaspora Investment Trust Fund is there for them too. The Diaspora Mortgage Scheme, the Diaspora Housing Program is for our diaspora. We have the best in the world and we cannot do without them. It's not a competition, it's about saying let's harness the best of everybody that we have.
Also speaking, Head Technology Transfer and Innovation NIDCOM, Honorable Abdurrahman Terab, noted that over 1,700 people have already indicated interest to enroll in the program.
Part of our collaboration at the very beginning was to design a process flow to determine the areas in which, or rather the procedure in which the diaspora can be able to access the mortgage scheme. We've done that. Eventually, the board and the directors approved the document, and then after that, we're able to now set up an interest form online for members of the diaspora. As I speak with you, about 1,700 of Nigerians in diaspora have already indicated interest to enroll on the program, and I believe they are only waiting for us to launch it. I'm sure by the time we launch it, it's going to explode.
The Managing Director, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Madu Hamman, has said that the bank is working on improving the bank's investment by exploring ways of improving its liquidity. He was speaking during a courtesy visit by the Managing Director, Greenwich Merchant Bank, Bayo Rotimi, to the bank recently. Hamman noted that the bank is ready to put every effort to improve the housing market.
We know for sure going forward would require a lot of support and partnership with strong investment banking teams that will be able to assist us to achieve some of our desired goals in trying to restructure and reposition the bank. If we can exploit the opportunities that are there in the market to raise funds for the housing sector, why not? We will definitely look into them, and the new team will be ready to entertain proposals that we can definitely defend and present to our supervising ministry and get the necessary approvals if required.
Executive Director, Loans and Mortgages, Lukman Olayiwola, in his remarks, noted that the FMBN will not only rely on NHF contributions to deepen the mortgage market.
We are saddled with responsibility to deepen the mortgage industry. And in doing this, we will not only rely on the NHF contributions that we do collect, we have to look elsewhere. And one of the areas I think we must look at is in the area of Tier 2 capital, debt equity, both in terms of Sukuk and the conventional bonds.
Bayo Rotimi, while speaking earlier, disclosed that his organization is ready to partner with the FMBN to provide innovative funding structures for the bank.
This is the time to consider innovative funding structures that allows FMBN deliver on its promises to the Nigerian people. You know, we have raised money for the federal government. We've raised money, Ken will mention it, easily. Of the 36 subnationals, we must have raised money for 22 or 23 of them. So that's almost 2/3 over the last 28 years. So we are adept at fundraising.
In a similar vein, Executive Director, Business Management and Portfolio Management, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Kingsley Chukwuma, recently received on behalf of the management of the bank delegates from Keystone Bank PLC who came to identify with the new management of the bank. The Executive Director, in his remarks at the courtesy visit, noted that the bank and the new management are seeking opportunities to make the bank grow into a top-notch financial institution.
As time goes on, as we are adjusting in our new positions, we'll be looking out for a whole lot of opportunities, and especially with Keystone Bank. That I will assure you. Thank you so much for coming, and we are looking forward for a very successful business year.
Executive Director, North Keystone Bank, Lawal Jibril Ahmed, who spoke earlier, disclosed that Keystone Bank shares a mutual interest with the Federal Mortgage Bank in providing affordable housing.
As I was speaking with the Executive Director earlier, we noted areas of mutual interest. We seem to both have a passion for development of the housing sector in Nigeria. We have noted the huge demand for a specific type of housing, low-cost housing.
Ahmed added that the bank has identified some challenges bedeviling the sector and will work closely with the FMBN to surmount those challenges.
Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, you are watching Everyone Deserves a Home. The concept of hire purchase is not a new one. What makes it new in the context of what we are talking about is that the product is a house. Imagine paying rent for a fixed period and then eventually owning the house. That is exactly what the rent-to-own package of the FMBN offers. In our next segment, we shall see one estate that the FMBN has developed and given out to its beneficiaries through the rent-to-own scheme. Keep watching.
The rent-to-own scheme is one of the products of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. It was developed to ease the process of home ownership by the Nigerian workers and, by extension, NHF contributors.
It's a product that you can take possession without paying a dime to Federal Mortgage Bank. It's after you have taken possession, moved in, after you have started living in the house, then you now start paying rentals to the bank within 1 month of your taking possession.
The product, which was introduced in 2018, allows NHF contributors move into FMBN homes as tenants, pay for and own the properties through monthly or yearly rent payments spread over a maximum period of 30 years.
Part of the reason why rent-to-own was developed is to take care of those houses that have been developed by the developers of the bank and they have not been off-taken due to one reason or the other. And what we have realized over time is that a lot of people are interested in these houses, but they don't even have the equity contribution to pay to the bank or to pay to the developer, then off-take these houses. And then a proper mortgage will be structured for them, and then repayment commences until they finish paying, then they get the ownership of the bank. But after realizing that problem as a serious deficiency on why some of these houses are not taken, the bank said, okay, fine, no problem. We looked inwards and realized that, okay, let's come up with a product which is rent-to-own that will solve this problem.
With a modification made on the rent-to-own, the FMBN has put mechanisms in place to cater not only for the formal sector, but the informal sector as well. This is Golden Heritage Estate, located at Ibafo on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogun State. This project is being developed by New Creations Properties Limited. It is a 100-unit project funded by the FMBN.
Hi, this project is funded by Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and we have 3-bedroom bungalows with 1 boys' quarter for each apartment, and we are looking at 100,000 units to be provided by the developer altogether.
The first phase of the project is already completed and off-taken. 32 units of 3-bedroom bungalows with a boys' quarter has been completed in this phase, with 24 units already occupied.
We have a collaboration with FMBN to build 3 bedrooms bungalow for subscribers who are ready to take on a rent-to-own program. And as we have today, we have been able to deliver 32 units of such buildings to FMBN, and as a matter of fact, beneficiaries have started moving into the estate, and as of today, I think about 24 beneficiaries are already in the estate, and we are still ready to do more.
285 million naira was approved and disbursed for this phase of the project. This amount covers for the houses and infrastructure.
The loan was disbursed in phases, and as we speak today, I think about 285 million naira have been disbursed. It covers the road, as I earlier mentioned, and electricity. And we have actually added, just for the beneficiaries to have a good environment, we have added the recreation center for them.
While the project was ongoing, the FMBN made it a point of duty, like it is with all of its projects, to monitor closely the work being done.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has creams of professionals in the building sector, and to be honest with you, there is no professionals that has to do with building that Federal Mortgage Bank did not have in their employment. Added to this, there are professionals that were engaged outside to give us their own view about what is going on, and our projects are being monitored right from the excavation to the blinding, and even to when you start raising the blocks. All these things are subjected to testing, and when you look at it, the result of the test shows that they are positive and they are good.
We can boast of a very good quality of materials used and delivered buildings. And as a matter of fact, FMBN project managers have been here to check the quality of what we have on ground, and they have been able to give us a pass on that. And as a matter of fact, as a developer, we don't compromise on quality.
What makes this estate different from others is that the houses are being packaged for beneficiaries through the rent-to-own scheme.
As you know, rent-to-own will make you to own a house. You become a tenant to become a landlord. And the mode of payment is so easy that in the process, you just discover that you are already in your house as acting as being a landlord, whereas underneath you know you're a tenant. But all along, it is an intention of the bank for you to own a house. It's one of our products to own a house.
For the developer of this project, it is a worthy experience working with the FMBN on the project, and they look forward for more collaborations with the FMBN.
We are still ready to do more with FMBN. We are looking forward to doing more projects like that with FMBN.
The FMBN has modified the rent-to-own product to allow customers become homeowners, not only in FMBN-funded estates, but to include houses from any developer of choice.
Owning a home is not only limited to individuals, it can also be a collective effort. That is why the FMBN encourages people to form cooperatives for an easier process to home ownership. Our beneficiary in this edition is a member of a cooperative. He played an important role in facilitating houses for members of his cooperative. Today, not only he, but other members of his cooperative are now homeowners. He tells us how the journey was for him. Sit back and enjoy Omorilewa Ayotunde's story, who happens to be a homeowner in the estate we just showcased in the segment before this. Keep watching.
The payment process is quite flawless.
It was unbelievable because I didn't know that they have such a scheme existing in Nigeria.
Is it true that I will get the house? No, why not? You met all the requirements, so you'll get it.
The joy of ownership is wonderful.
Mr. Omorilewa Ayotunde, a staff of the University of Lagos, belongs to a cooperative society at his place of work that caters for the welfare of its members. In fact, he is the chairman of the branch at his place of work. In the bid to provide welfare packages for its members, after hearing about the Federal Mortgage Bank and the NHF scheme, they picked interest, and that was how Mr. Ayotunde became a home owner.
For some years, we've been looking at how we can help our members to make them comfortable and prepare them for the future. And one of the things we decided to do is to look into housing schemes. And we make inquiries all over the place, and then we came across this package from the Federal Mortgage Bank, and we decided to go for it.
Mr. Ayotunde got a 3-bedroom bungalow at Golden Heritage Estate, Ibafo, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogun State, at the cost of 9 million naira only.
The prototype is a 3-bedroom bungalow on half a plot with a bedroom at the back.
He is particularly excited because was not required to put down any equity to start living in his house.
Yes, the package we logged into, the rent to home package, requires no equity contribution. So we did not pay any equity contribution.
The happy homeowner says nothing is as fulfilling as owning a home. He has a word of encouragement to Nigerians who are still in doubt of the objectives of the scheme.
We encourage them. They should visit Federal Mortgage Bank closer to them or go online. The internet has made things very, very easy these days. You access information. It is actually true that you can become a landlord through the packages of products that Federal Mortgage Bank runs.
Our question for the week is, does my contribution determine the loan amount I get?
That 2.5% contribution only qualifies you to apply for any of our facilities. But when it comes to determining the amount of loan that you can get, then that is when we consider your total income. In fact, in some instances, spouses can match their income so that they can apply for a higher amount. Or if you have other businesses, maybe you are farming apart from your formal employment, then you can give us evidence of that farming business that you are doing, so that when you are applying for the loan, it will beef off your affordability, and then you can listen. That 2.5% contribution is just to qualify you. It's a very insignificant amount compared to the loan amount that you can apply.
The NHF scheme only requires a small percentage of your income, which allows you access a loan to either build, buy, or renovate a house, repayable over a long period of time. Why don't you consider this as your window to home ownership? If you have questions and inquiries, contact us on the numbers showing on your screens or visit our website on www.fmbn.gov.ng. You can also stop by at any FMBN branch office near you. Do join me again next week, same time, same station, for another package from the Apex Mortgage Bank in Nigeria. Until then, it's bye for now.